My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Okja. And this movie is what happens when the message takes priority above all else. Like, to be as frank as possible, this movie is blatant propaganda and nothing more. There is zero character work. There is nothing to these characters. Can you tell me anything about the main character besides her wanting to reunite with Okja? You can't, because anything else would be not message related, so they couldn't have that in the movie. And there is very little story here. It has no depth or nuance, and everything this movie is trying to do and say, it's obvious from the very first scene. And it just feels like a very stagnant movie that doesn't evolve. It just beats you over the head with its message time and time again. And because of that, I view this movie as just preachy bullshit. And if I'm also being honest, I think this movie is incredibly one-sided. It's not a well-balanced movie because what it's trying to speak out against with the meat industry, it's trying to make comparisons between Okja and cattle, and I feel like that's a very dishonest way of looking at it, and there's just no nuance present. So this movie is just as manipulative as they come, and it's also very boring. Like, it's 2 hours long, and it feels so much longer. It also really annoyed me that this little girl chases after Okja, and her dad doesn't chase after her. I know it just means that, so the dad doesn't really care about the daughter, and the daughter is just free to go on this adventure. Really, it just took me out of the movie instantly. But I will give credit where it's due. It's well directed enough for the most part by Joon-ho. There was one chase scene that is filmed pretty well. The score by Jae-il is, it's inconsistent. Some moments it's too much, but in other moments I really did like it. And then we've got the cast. Seo-hyun, haha, is fine, I guess, but she's just a one-note character. Tilda Swinton did nothing for me. Paul Dano is fine, I guess. Lily Collins has nothing to work with. Giancarlo Esposito, I love him, but he doesn't have a ton to do. Shirley Henderson, when I heard her, I'm like, man, her voice sounds familiar, and it's because she plays Morning Mortal, so I liked the fact she's in this movie, but she really has nothing to do. Steven Yeun, nothing to do. But then we get to the saving grace of this movie, and look, I do not like this movie, I will not recommend it, but if there is one reason to watch this movie, it's because of Jake Gyllenhaal. He's absolutely phenomenal in this movie, and if it was up to me, I would have nominated him for an Oscar for this movie. It is such an over-the-top cartoonish performance, and man did it work. Whenever he was on screen, the movie just comes alive, and he's so despicable, but he's chewing up the scenery, and he cracked me up throughout this entire movie. Honestly, love this performance. Don't watch this movie, but also maybe you should watch it just to see his performance, because it's just unreal. I love it. I love how he can go from Nightcrawler and Jawhead and Brokeback Mountain to something like this. Just one of the best actors ever. But yes, this movie I hate. It's just blatant propaganda, and there's not even a story or characters to really care about. They all just serve the message of this movie, and it's just so obvious and apparent from the get-go, and it just beats you over the head with its message, and I don't think it gives a well-balanced, nuanced view, and there's just nothing else to this movie to like at all, besides Jake Gyllenhaal's incredible performance. So I'll give Okja a 3 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Okja? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.